Hello everyone, HeirofCarthage here, and welcome back to the channel. And once again, we're going to dive into Total War Pharaoh. And it is actually early access weekend. I believe that was something you got if you pre-ordered it. Now obviously I don't expect that everybody's out there pre-ordering a game, nor do you have to. But I'm just letting you know that that's what it is. So I'm not recommending that you do or don't. You make that decision. In any case, I'm going to continue my role here as Suppiluliuma. So we are back into the 6-syllable domination here. Someone actually told me in the comments that the S in the front might actually make a sh sound. And if so, then this guy is just straight going for like craziest name of the old world. Now we still have quite a bit of conquering that needs to be done over here. We do have outpost construction and construction available at Hattusa. Also, kind of a funny thing, I got like a random ping on Discord over in the Total War Discord, and someone had asked me apparently who would win in a battle between Hat USA, which was the make-believe company I made up for Hattusa, and I guess there was Minefers or something fried chicken, I don't remember what it was, and I brought up the fact that they didn't need to battle. The Hat USA was producing a special chicken bucket hat, and you get a discount on the 20-piece family bucket. You wear it on your head, and it has room for like 7 dipping sauces around the brim. Keeps the sun out of your eyes, keeps your chicken warm, and keeps the flavors right at hand, all in one place. So get your chicken bucket hat at Hat USA, and then head on down to whatever it is, Minefers. I don't know how to pronounce it. Fried chicken, and then make sure you combine the two for best experience. Okay. Anyway, it was random but fun. Did not expect that. Let's see. What do we want to build? We are low on happiness for sure in this province, and probably will be for the foreseeable future. I get the feeling, because I've played these games past, so it provides really like I build a building that takes 4 turns to build. It gives some other benefits, but it provides a garrison of 1 axeman. Do all of these provide garrisons, typically speaking? No, they do not. So only some of these buildings are going to provide a garrison, it looks like, which kind of makes sense. Unlocks recruitment, so there's no garrison from these. You would think those might involve a garrison. Wow, this one provides a solid garrison right there. So we'll have to keep that in mind. But we can't build that till tier 3. Okay, interesting, good to know. Kind of trying to keep my eyes on, some of these buildings, what they would be best for when we want to build them, so on and so forth. I'm training a second army over here. It's going to really start eating into food. It is what it is. Suppiluliuma is going to have some more territory to take here while he's sitting here for this turn. Again, I know it's going to eat up more food. But we could always barter some gold for some food as well. We're starting to build up some gold. I'm going to go ahead and end their turn. And we can try and keep the food going, but I got a feeling this faction that's over here raiding us near my small settlement is about to declare war. And then we have that other annoying army running around as well. So I got a feeling things are going to get crazy. We're going to be trying to prosecute the rest of this war with Suppiluliuma. It is Shamsu Hor, the best day of the year. Day of the year, I don't know if it's a year or not. Let's go back over to barters here, actually.
What can I do for you?
We were bartering. Let's make this work. Let's go ahead and propose that right there. Let's go ahead and get that again so we can keep that. We can keep that resource coming in. I have a little more gold now too, and we're making a decent amount of gold per turn. Let's go see if we can set up a barter for a little bit of food here. So let's head to diplomacy, and I want to know who is interested in gold and does not want food, and preferably, someone who likes me here.
I fight for Hat. I fight for Hatti.
We are at war with this faction, are we not? Yeah, we are. So I don't think they're gonna want to do anything with me. Our
my king.
Friends here might be willing to give us some. Let's head into barter agreement. I demand that you give me, let's call it like 400 food. And apparently that is a lot for them. Let's see what happens if I offer up like 40 gold. Almost. 41, 42. Alright, let's do that. And we'll do it for like 5 turns. This will offset...
You impressed?
This will offset a little bit of my food losses right now and kind of just slow that down and help me train more troops. And we'll do that as long as we need to do it at the moment. We've got 7 pending actions. We have a court action available.
It is time
The Chief of Royal Bodyguards is available. We could claim that position. This one's open too, and it comes with more legitimacy, which is neat. But I do like the benefits of this one. It says hold the flank ability for old army, stronger bodyguards. Like I feel like this one is more of a court focused one. This is more of a battle focused one, and I like the battle focused one, so I'm gonna claim that position. Though the other one did offer more legitimacy. Let's close that down. We have 6 pending things. Outpost. I'm not gonna construct outpost right now because they're likely to just get raided, and that does not seem like a really fantastic use of my resources. Increases resource production. We could begin the recruitment of axe units, which could be useful. Happiness. None of these reinforce garrison. I'm just trying to find my way around some of these new buildings and understand what they do. Supply cache. This is our garrison. Yeah, look at that. That one's going to improve your garrisons. And we already have a garrison of 8, but it probably wouldn't hurt to add more. It adds some happiness and influence, siege holdout time, ammunition for armies in the region, so it's not a bad deal here. Takes a decent chunk of stone and a little bit of wood. Let's build it. Because, like I said, I do feel like we are going to be in action sooner than we would like to be. Narek looks like it's going to be open for business.
King of Hati.
And
Righteous King of Hati.
it is a stone-producing
Strike
settlement,
hard.
which, again, we could use to do some bartering for more food, should we need to.
Attack the enemy.
So I'm going to auto-resolve this. This is an easy take.
Warokata was with
That
us.
should allow me to access more
I claim
stone
this for
production.
our people. Diligence is
So
rewarded.
let us build. That'll take 2 turns to complete. And it probably wouldn't hurt to have a little extra happiness over here too. We've got a little bit of that. So let's do that. And then once our stone production ticks up, I might go look for someone who wants to barter a little stone for food. We gained an armor here. That's good. Let's see whether it needs to go on
For
Suppiluliuma
Hati's
or...
glory.
Yeah, we have the... It's better armor. It says grants ability to underdog, which gives morale, defense, and attack. If there are fewer than 2 enemy units in range... so if there's more than 2 enemy units in range, they get a buff there for underdog. It's actually kind of cool. Let's throw that on. But there's nothing else we can use in the shield. There is an axe that we could use instead of the spears. Honestly, that axe might be kind of cool. It would give us AP damage versus having bonus versus large. Let's switch to the axe. And then this other character... We're going to need to continue to stack some units in this
Ever
army
prepared.
because I do expect that we're going to get attacked soon. And that means we have to wait. Alright, there we go. Common armor. Golden Spear of the Great King. It's the Sword and Shield Bodyguard. We'd lose damage and charge bonus, but gain attack and defense. I might do it. The sword's just not amazing there. And then we need to, like I said, we're going to eat up
Always
some
diligent.
food, but we need to
Fulfill
get more units into this army.
I shall reap a
And
mighty
the quicker,
crop.
the better.
The last batch didn't. Well,
Okay, so I'm going to
last.
continue recruiting units here. This guy's gonna kind of go raiding across this territory, which is unfortunate. Can't build anything here as far as garrison goes. Nor anything, because I don't believe we have the free workforce at the moment.
King of Hatti.
Okay. You need to take care of the skill points on
King of
Suppiluliuma.
Hatti.
I'm going to continue to decrease his upkeep cost because we are short on food. And that does help. Current turn 6, current year. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and end our turn. I need to get this war finished with as soon as possible. Our enemies have a large walled settlement to the south here.
Ever righteous.
And it will probably be well guarded, knowing the AI.
Great King of Hatti.
Royal decree is in effect. This guy took one of the court positions. We're being raided. Got some new rebellious movements. Rebellion is imminent at Hattusa. You can't rebel against the hat factory. This isn't allowed. Yeah, see, I think this faction...
I don't usually suffer fools, but I suppose I can hear you out.
I would have to hand them a region to get it to work? Can we maybe, like, not do something so crazy? Could I, like, just give them some gold and make it work? Okay, 10 gold isn't going to do much. 30 gold. 50 gold? 60 gold. No. 70. 580? Boy, they are pretty demanding here. It just doesn't look like gold is going to make it work. Yeah, the gold's only going to take me so far. What else do I have that they might be interested in? They are interested in gold, bronze, wood, and stone. Let's see what happens if we cough up. They apparently want the wood pretty bad. Okay, alright, I won't give them any gold at all then. Maybe like 10 gold? 5 gold. There we go. Let's do that. And if I can get a non-aggression pact out of these guys, that'll be for 5 turns in order to get that from. That's fine. If this gets them off my back, I'm okay with it. Well, actually, that would eat up a lot of our wood. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Propose it. We need to keep those guys off our back. It's a non-aggression pact. Hopefully, that'll keep them to leave me alone. You know, like I need them to leave me alone, at least for a little while, and let me finish a war over here because they're over raiding my lands, and I need to convince them to lay off. You know what I mean?
My
like,
people come first.
back off. Don't bother me for a few turns.
Come, brethren. It is time.
These units are not particularly good. Would like to have better units, but they are just not available. Man, these are some cool units once we get later into the game. I'm excited for the really heavily armored Hittite units. Yeah, these are not particularly good units, but it allows me to stack something up and have some numbers. Sometimes numbers are worth something as you're like just trying to hold a flank and essentially get through a turn. Or making it possible for you to be able to have a chance to like overrun a flank. Like you just need to have the numbers to hold long enough to go overrun a different flank. I'm going to research that thing that's going to give us 10% food production. We need everything we can get from a food standpoint. We have court actions available to us.
Seated, peers of the court.
Apparently we have influence with this guy.
Work to do.
Get extra court actions. I don't really think that's going to help. We can gain a free use of assassinate plot until the end of turn. Really feel like we need to assassinate anybody right now. But, what do we get from the High Commander if we want to request stuff? Elite Warriors, Army Wages, which just makes recruitment cheaper. Take a ruling. Immediately receive a chance to make a ruling at the case of the judge. Let's do some gossip to start gaining some intrigue with this guy here. Okay, still got damaged outposts. We have the imminent rebellion coming up. We do have construction available to us, though we don't have a lot of stone. let's end our turn and call it good for now.
I only know victory.
Really? Didn't I just get a non-aggression pact from these guys? Like, literally just got it. And I made a barter agreement with them. And they're my trade partner. Why? Like, why would you do this? I have a better strength rank. I just made a non-agreement pact. He's going to break it and ruin his... What a moron. I don't understand the AI sometimes. I really don't. So these guys want to barter with me. They want wood, and they're offering food. You have a decent bit of wood income coming in. Take it. Okay, let's see here. So if we win 3 battles, we pick up 2,000 food and 300 bronze. That would be pretty cool, and we are likely to fight some battles over the next few turns. Let's kind of take a look. This guy's going to just go and knock down outposts. That army that was raiding me is no longer present, but we can be sure that they will be back soon enough, ready to do some fighting. It's gonna hurt me so much in terms of food, but I just don't have a choice. Like, I've got to do something. We can gain a little bit of resources by hitting their outpost here, plus it'll allow us to do some scouting into their territory.
Tarhuna leads. Noble king.
Sack and then raise that, so I'm going to use a little bit of the AI zone shenaniganry against them. I need to get into... Do we have like a camp stance? There's a raiding, yeah, in camp, which enables replenishment, because I need to do a little bit of replenishment. And I can't move anymore on this turn because it took a certain number of movement points. We do have a court action available. We did pick up the intrigue with this guy.
Even me,
just gonna throw some gossip around here and start gaining some influence with each of these folks so that we can maybe make use of it when the time comes. I'm still a little bit concerned about the food situation here. We're getting quite a bit of stone now. Maybe we can trade off some of that stone for some food. So let's go into our diplomacy and let's find people who are interested in stone and not interested in food, right? That should hopefully help me. I don't know, we'll pick one of these factions and let's go into barter. I'm gonna offer you some stone. What can I get from you in terms of food? Like 200? No. 100. 150? 160. No, not 1160. 160. Okay, that'll work. Alright, it's something. Barter off some stone. I have 300 coming in. I might be able to give away more and just see what I can get. There we go. So I can get 245 food out of them for 150. Let's confirm that.
We can pursue that.
Okay. That will help. Will help. I have a decent bit of gold still too. I could do one-time barters. Let's see who's interested in gold. Well, actually, let's win a few battles. If we win a few battles, we get a big chunk of food as well.
Compassion is
so we are waiting there. A settlement upgrade available. I do want to make that upgrade because I would like to be able to eventually build the higher tier food production building there. Enough workforce. Guess I do not have enough workforce, and that's where I would like to make one of these buildings. I really want this building, but I can't get it, and I don't have a stone for these other ones. So let's go ahead and just end our turn here. Let's see what gets brought upon us. Okay, nothing significant. Idle compensation says, amid a chamber of silver-tongued snakes, he whose tongue waggles most lucratively leans in, no doubt with persuasive intent on an approach. So we can trade a court action and get 50 gold. I'll take 50 gold. Gold's pretty valuable. I'm down.
King of Hatti.
Okay, let's keep doing a little bit of.
King
I
Suppiluliuma.
don't think we can move in the encamp stance.
We
have
must
to
keep focus. March on.
Okay, so they have an army of 13 there, and they would receive a garrison from here. So let's go knock down this.
Charge at them.
I might get reinforcements. They do not. Okay, but it says we have to siege. There's only the one unit in there, but let's bring the battering ram up and let's continue the siege.
Keep them closed in.
Because if we can knock down these little outposts, that might make our job a little easier here and allow me to keep some pressure. This guy just
I am busy right now.
picked up more units, I think. Is he? Oh, no, that's the rebellion. Why'd these idiots declare war on me? There they come with 2 armies.
Go away, please.
You go away.
There is nothing to fear.
Wait, and then what do we got here as far as garrison goes? Probably nothing amazing. It's not bad. Like, looks like we gain a commander, a couple of javelins, so that would give me 6 additional units. So by fighting in this settlement, I would pick up 15 in total to their 18. We do have the defender's advantage, but it also depends on the kind of units they're coming with. They got a heavy spear there.
I would advise against
And
it.
we can't see everything there. If I recruit, this may make them come attack me. The AI tends to get aggressive whenever they think that you are going to attack them. Really trying to see the difference here between the swords and the axes. Those guys take the bronze, and we don't want to pay out bronze right now. We don't want to pay the additional upkeep for these expensive units as well. Javelin units can be quite handy as well. You can dump javelins in, but I mean, just some kind of basic
With me, children
holding
become
infantry
men.
can be useful. And again, that might force them to come attack me. And then let's see what happens over here. We do have some pending actions. I'm just not too worried about these at the moment. But let's take a look at the settlement upgrade. We could upgrade the settlement here. That's also likely to draw an attack from them. This is risky, so I'm going to pump the resources into this, but if it does draw on their attack and we win, that could be big, and if they don't attack, it just allows me to strengthen this settlement a little bit. We are going to have the rebellion to deal with, and Hattusa is still 2 turns away from finishing its garrison building, so that could get a little ugly as well. Suppiluliuma needs to finish his war over here so that we can return home. Okay, so that did draw the attack. Like I said, that's going to get me the benefit of some pretty nice garrison units. We will be outnumbered. A lot of their guys are javelin men, and I do feel like this is winnable, and this could be a big win for us, so let's fight the battle. Alright, I've deployed opposite of where the AI is deploying. The reinforcements are going to come from a ways back and later, and fortunately for me, the AI is not waiting for said reinforcements either. There is another entrance to the settlement, and I do think I saw a unit moving through that grass that may be headed that direction. I'm actually going to go ahead and, yeah, I'm going to go cut that javelin unit off. And then I think I'm going to bring this unit around and get ready to try and outflank. There was way more units over here than I had initially understood. That may be the reinforcements just already here. I think it is, based on the numbers. So we could use some additional resources on this side of the map. I'm gonna start moving those in that direction, and I'm gonna actually probably go ahead and move this axeman in that direction as well.
March, brothers!
Okay, I'm gonna have two sides of the battle to keep an eye on. I am gonna pause it here for just a second to get a few things set up. I'm gonna take this spear unit and come just basically block the entrance here, and then I've got a shock infantry, and then my commander here. But what I'm really hoping to do is bury their infantry with archer fire. So let's go ahead and do this. And then I'm going to cycle charge in some of this shock infantry. Do something like this. I'm going to stick that spearman in there, and then I'm going to activate kind of like a braced. So I'm going to put him into a spear wall formation. And then I'm going to start really sticking it to these two-handed units because they lack armor, and I'm going to countercharge that enemy bodyguard. Okay, so I don't know if we can catch that javelin unit, but I'm going to let it scoot up a little closer on me. Sorry, I know I'm playing in slow motion, but there's just a lot going on, and I got to make sure that we get these engagements right. I think they are all moving towards one position here, so that is a grave mistake. They get a charge bonus, I get a charge bonus, but if I hold this, and then I'll counter charge right here. Do not skirmish. I might actually kind of hold my javelins for a minute. Okay, I've got reinforcements headed back over to that point. And how are we doing over here? I'm hoping that we're kind of dumpstering a lot of that two-handed club infantry. They're quite dangerous. I might go ahead and kill off that javelin unit real quick, actually, before it can toss all its javelins and have its effect. Melee is going to take a little longer. I'm going to hit play. Alright, let's head back over there. So that... I thought I told these guys not to necessarily fire at will. Alright, we're going to need to hold with everything we got over here. And then I'm going to take all of my infantry units over here, and I'm going to put them into a guard mode so they do not pursue a routing enemy and try and pull through. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. So all these units into a guard mode. We don't want them to pull through. My archers are dumpstering that javelin unit, and then over here, crap, time to charge that javelin unit. Let's get them. I think we're doing okay so far, I think.
javelins!
A little concerned about holding here the entire time. I do have reinforcements coming. This is going to be the grind over here. It's going to be a huge grind. Hold the flank.
Double vigil!
Come on. And it would take so long for this axe unit to get out and around.
With me, men!
I don't know if I have time for that.
Move!
I'm just kind of chucking javelins there. I might actually throw them towards the enemy leader and just see if we can get some lucky hits. I'm kind of hoping we can clean up some of these other fights first, and then pull units back over to help with that one. And that may very well be the case. Our archers are really making their presence felt here. Like, big time. Yeah, our archers are having a huge impact over here. So our defender's advantage is definitely an advantage at the moment. Let's spread this unit out. Let's come flying in here with this two-handed club unit. I can't get my javelins into theirs, so like I said, I'm just going to try and wear on some of their commander's armor there, and then I've got my axes. Okay, that club unit that just went in,
I fear
Where
nothing.
did it get to? I need to make sure all these units
First in battle.
are in guard mode, and then same thing here, guard mode.
Don't get excited.
And let's
In
just
Hockey's name.
get in here and attack.
Destroy them.
Alright, so I've got that held. Okay, yeah, we cleaned this side out, and the enemy commander has shattered. Okay, this is good news.
Let loose your arrows.
I'm gonna take these units off of these formations.
Veteran of Hati.
And then what we need to do is we need to... These archers need to hold their ammunition. They've only got so much left. I'm actually gonna take the archers out of here. I'm gonna take
Master of destruction.
the commander and I'm gonna run back across town.
Hati's name.
And I'm gonna take the archers and I need to run out to here.
We must run.
And then I need the spears and clubs to run out to here as well. Then we crushed that javelinman, and I'm gonna take this unit and come running back across town. It's gonna be a long time in the making. One of these units could come back from routing, but I'm not terribly worried about it. Okay, let's get over here, and then we're probably just gonna have to fast forward because it's gonna be a huge holding maneuver, but so far so good.
Bonebreaker.
I might actually pull my general back just a little bit
I lead.
and see if we can keep him safe from combat, because I don't want him to die here. My javelins are out of ammunition, so let's charge them in.
Soldiers of Hati.
We just have to create a gap here, essentially. Try and chuck the rest of these javelins. We got the enemy bodyguard down to about 76% armor. My bodyguard should stay alive, and then now we just have a very long reinforcement range fight. So their unit did come back from routing.
True warriors.
Might take my bodyguard out, see if we can club these guys down real quick.
Strike through.
And essentially what I'm going to do is kind of slowly make my way around to outflank
Places men.
the enemy.
Move.
I was going to take some of these units back through town, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to keep pushing them up this flank through these woods, because we're holding for now. We're holding quite well.
Release spears.
Alright, go ahead and get in here and fight. My commander is taking a lot of javelins.
In short order.
Not really loving
Eyes
that.
on your back.
Get reinforcements there just as soon as I can. We got this unit running all the way across town as well. Those javelins are definitely hurting our armor. But when my archers get there, they don't have a ton of ammo left, but the ammo they have can be dumped directly into the rear of that. Look, a fire got started over here by some raiding units. Interesting. We have to watch out for that. We don't want our units to run through that on the way through.
Aim and throw.
Oof, I mean, it is definitely a slog of a fight over here, and they are certainly targeting my general with all those
No one
javelins. Come on, reinforcements. I think these units will be hidden as they approach.
stumble. Release spears.
And same thing here, let's just kind of... I'm gonna do a shift path here with these units.
On.
If you hold shift, you can draw a path for your unit to follow, kind of like a waypoint, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to keep all these units moving through the woods here.
In Hati's
I would
name.
like them to be hidden, and I'm going to try and pop out at the right moment. I need this fire to kind of get out of the way a little bit, or else I'm going to
Again.
lose units coming into it.
I'm getting out of here.
This fight's still going well for me.
No.
All things considered, it is going well.
To glory. From javelins.
Move up here and we'll kind of get the attention. I'm surprised my bowmen are so slow. They must have poor stamina or
To
something.
triumph.
I have to fast forward still, because this is just taking a long, long time here.
Ready for war. March, brothers.
Just gonna come charging in there.
Aim and throw. Of course.
I'm gonna actually sling these units
Hatti's name!
I don't want to have to go through that fire. That seems a little bit dangerous.
March, brothers! Bullseye! Move!
I'm gonna approach these javelins, and then I want to use my archers
First
to
in
hit a
battle!
high-value target from
Also
behind.
Hatti! Victory
We want
awaits!
to trap these javelins up
In
against
Hatti's
this
name.
fight.
Strike with purpose!
Okay, so we have these guys surrounded now.
To battle!
Hittite archers!
Let's move our Hittite archers up here.
Watch out for flying
Those
rocks!
javelins did not like that armored spear charge there, and then you can see there's a lot of wavering going on amongst our enemies at the moment. My archers do not have like a flaming arrow option, but I can get them all in position here. We got into some fire there, I think, and it... Yeah, on fire. Who doesn't like being on fire?
Soldiers of
Okay, there's a
Hatti!
major morale issue starting amongst the enemy. We crushed those javelin units,
Take you!
and I've now got my archers firing into the back of their commander, which should really burst morale here.
You will fear me!
I'm gonna try and get my general over here in position to start chasing down routing units. Now, I'm out of ammo here too, so same thing. I'm gonna get ready to eat up some of these units as they rout. And it is starting to get pretty contagious over here. Now remember, my units are on guard mode, so they're not going to pursue, so I'm going to have to give them a new order against the enemy bodyguard.
True warriors! True warriors! Arrows fly! Master
Alright.
of destruction!
Let's bring our general in here, and let's bring this unit up. We're going to try and, like, pin these units in here.
I will rid Hatti of you forever.
You doubt my skill?
So yeah, we're going to do this. Like, we're going to try and pin all these routing units and just massacre them while they're trying to get away.
God preserve us!
Some of their men will get through, like they did over here, but they're likely to continue heading for the routing. They may come back from routing, which would be problematic for me at the moment.
I'll crush anyone in my path! This is not worth
But if we
dying for.
kill off enough
Ready for
of the
battle!
enemy units here,
Death take you! No mercy!
there's still a heavy spear and a bodyguard here that is in pretty
With me!
solid condition.
Run for your lives!
I'm going to actually bring my own spear unit in behind these to try and put the final pressure.
Die, fools!
And I'll use the rest of these units. We're just going to kind of keep trying to kill a ton of these routing units. And I feel like we've done a pretty good job. And then if they come back from routing, we can keep them off of our case. Yep, there we go. Yep, that's going to do it. That shattered that heavy spear unit, and then that shattered that commander too. And let's see if we can kill some of these guys on the way out the door too, because we don't want them just coming back and attacking us on the next turn.
Clubs!
I'm going to take all these units off of guard mode and let them pursue.
Victory awaits!
Our commanders lived. I would like to ensure that theirs don't go home feeling very good. Man, look at that big fire that got started. It's moved all the way up the hill here. That's pretty cool looking. It's a nice touch. We haven't seen stuff like this since Attila, and it really does look quite nice. And most impressive of all is even with this fire going, I'm still getting 80 frames a second, so very smooth gameplay, even with all this going on. I think this is the lowest frames per second I've seen. It's around 50 when I get down in here.
No one can challenge us!
So, looks like Total War still has a lot of issues with those frame drops when you get up close and stuff, which makes sense. That's going to be where it's the most resource heavy. I'd love to see them work on some upscaling tech, which I guess I could use driver level upscaling. But it'd be cool to see Total War get some dedicated upscaling in here, specifically FSR, because then it would be available to all AMD and NVIDIA cards for the most part. So I think that'd be neat to see. Alright, so that's going to be a big victory for us. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and end the battle. So our Hittite archers paid some serious dividends here in terms of kills. they were able to fire up and over that fight, and you can see their gold value is really quite good considering up against a bunch of cheap infantry. These two-handed clubs are actually pretty good units just in terms of raw aggression in these cases, but the spearmen here too, coming in with a lot of kills as well. The general's units have not been amazing, but yeah, those archers were absolutely clutch. We did lose an Anatolian militia, which was that unit that had to blunt all their forces on the one side. That makes sense. We can pick up some food here, and food is pretty badly needed. Replenishment would be nice as well, but I don't think this army is in any condition to come right back and fight me. So I'm going to risk it and take the food here, which again will offset, you know, a couple of turns worth of the bleeding. But if we can win a few more battles, we'll actually get the reward of 2,000 food as well. Yeah, so see, those armies will have to move back to replenish. And then the enemy came out against us here. They have some really good swords here. I do have my chariots. It does say it's grassland. There is room to operate our chariots here. They have more range units than I do. My center should hold to some degree. I'm a little worried about some of these lighter units, but if we could start rolling a chariot down the flank, we might be able to start getting an advantage or use our chariot to get into those slingers. Either way, probably be more useful against their infantry. So technically they have an advantage on me here, but let's see if we can win. Alright, I'm going to start the battle. The enemy reinforcements are coming in from behind me. I'm going to let him get out of these trees, and then I'm going to maul him with these clubmen and chariots, and basically attempt to kill the commander early. The AI, I think, is going to come attack me, so I took this position here where they're going to get a little bit interrupted here on the flank, and then I have this other flank somewhat secured by the wall. So I'm feeling relatively safe in my ability to kind of hold here. And my objective, like I said, I got to get rid of this enemy commander unit. He's just running all up in these trees, and I can't wait any longer. We got to get rid of him. So I'm going to move my clubmen up here, surround this commander's unit, and then crush him. So I'm going to get him totally fixed with all the clubs, surround him, and then crush him with the chariots. And we're going to try and get him off the battlefield as quickly as possible.
Ready for battle!
And I figure we'll use that to my advantage, and then I can roll these chariots and clubmen back over to support the main fight.
Glory! Ready for battle! Chariots!
Alright, this guy is significantly outnumbered.
The air feels thick.
I'm hoping we can break him quickly. We're close to the line here. I just got a gruesome chariot charge from the rear, and it did do tremendous damage. Wavering, I'm going to keep the pressure on. It's a little risky to leave these chariots in combat for very long. The swords are not armor-piercing, nor are they anti-large. I'm hoping to just break these guys real quick. They're wavering pretty hard. Break! Break! I'm starting to take a lot of damage with the chariots, and I can't afford a lot of damage because we have a big battle coming. Oh, we're getting hit by slingers here. Let's charge. So I'm going to counter-charge the enemy.
Strike with purpose!
And let's...
Fight for Hati!
I did not counter-charge out here. That's not great.
Move! Stand by
Should be able to
duty.
2v1 in those situations, and let's...
March!
I'm going to start dumping some arrows into their leader.
Break the
Oh, they've got spears around my back. We got to run up here in a hurry.
me, men!
I need my clubmen up here, or else we're about to get outflanked. I'm actually going to remove this unit from combat. No. This unit. Pull those out. I'm going to try and cycle charge. I got a lot of arrows headed into their leader. I'm hoping that will pay some dividends. I'm getting shot by a lot of slinger fire, and I'm being outflanked, so I've got to hurry and get my reinforcements back over here. What happened to my chariots? They're asleep over here. Okay, let's bring those chariots over here quickly.
Chariots maneuver!
I need to get the attention of this enemy infantry.
True warriors!
before it rear charges me and causes some major damage. Which it looks like it's about to do regardless. It's headed for my archers. That might give me time to intercept it with my chariots. We are definitely doing a ton of damage to the enemy commander there. And I think I might be able to get this unit around the flank here. I'm trying to do the same thing here. If I can scoot a couple of units around the flank, my archers are going to flee away from that just momentarily. My chariots should pick up a nice charge there, and let's just keep on moving. And then let's bring these clubmen to bear. I'm going to try and sneak one of them through there, and then I'm going to get another one to outflank the spear unit. Alright, we did some good damage to those swords, but they're going to need another charge, so I'm going to swing around, get in behind them. I could bring this unit over here to help out. And I'll use this one to do the outflanking maneuver here. Let's do one more charge here just to help clean that up a little bit, because I'm not too worried about my archers at the moment. I think they're okay, actually. Can we squeeze through that gap? We do have the outflanking. Let's just do 2-on-1 there, and let's free up another unit. Chariots get another solid charge into that sword unit. Let's keep them moving so that we don't lose. This unit here is now being outflanked and crushed. That sword unit took a brutal charge there as well. Let's cycle charge this unit because the spear unit's still fixed. I was not able to squeeze through that flank. This spear unit over here. I do have this unit now, though. It can swing through the middle. Suppiluliuma is still taking a beating. And I'm about ready to cycle charge here. I've got to separate all these units from combat first. Trying to pull them out of there. See, these last few guys stuck in the combat animations are spoiling it. It's ups and downs to combat animations, folks. I've got to get these slingers off me, so Suppiluliuma is getting torn apart by him. His armor is down to almost nothing. My chariots did not withdraw from combat as I had hoped. And I've now got to club them through here. And I'm going to go push. It's going to be a little bit of a waste in a way, but I've got to go push some of the... Oh, we just got a big break over here. Big break on this flank. These clubmen are pretty quick. I think I'm going to catch those. Yeah, and we got my chariots free for another charge. Yeah. Oh, we just got another break here. It's starting to get contagious. I'm smelling some victory. I got the sweet smell of victory in my nose. Suppiluliuma is getting absolutely destroyed by these slingers right now. I have got to go do something about it. Let's kill this sword unit once and for all. I probably should have given them a little more room to charge, but I think that will function. Okay, we just routed their commander. And that is a truly contagious rout now at this point. And we need to put a chase on the enemy units as best we can. Because the bigger the victory that we draw here, the bigger the advantage we will have going into the settlement battle. Now, they did not get to bring their garrison, so they will still have a garrison. But at least we're able to win this battle, probably gain some food and other resources. Starting to storm now.
Destroy them!
Let's continue the pursuit here. I'm going to take this unit off guard mode. I'd really love to get a chunk of these routing slingers. I don't know if I have units quick enough to keep pace on them. The overall strategy worked, though. Pretty pleased with the overall. I'm going to start running these clubmen forward. They seem pretty quick. My chariots are probably going to get bogged down in mud. I think some of this stuff can turn to mud. Those chariots were absolutely critical. They've got well over 100 kills. They did tremendous damage on the charge to that bodyguard, and they were able to help break those sword units behind my lines. They were absolutely clutch. I'm going to fast forward, see if I can get these chariots all the way out here. Still relatively open ground, because there's a ton of kills to be had out here. Yeah, baby. There we go. Clean those slingers up. That'll certainly help the power bar if we end up in another fight sometime soon. I'm going to try and start replenishing. The enemy, though, is going to start re-recruiting. Eventually, we're going to have to siege that settlement, but by getting rid of this extra garrison out here, it's certainly going to do us some good. Wow, we got 300 kills in the chariots now. This is definitely paying dividends, because this is going to take a ton of entities out of this army and force them into a long rebuild. We've got a long rebuild too, because this was not like a just super clean victory, but it's still a very good victory. We got 350 kills with the chariots. I'll take it. Wonder what kind of loot we get, if any. Could use some loot. We could pick up 950 food into the treasury, which would be nice. We picked up 1,300 already, actually, from that. I may take the unit replen, because then that would leave us in significantly stronger shape than their army, and we could just go siege their settlement. I'm going to do that, because we picked up a nice chunk of food from that victory. And let's see, it's going to go through the rest of the turn end. The rebels have sieged our settlement. I'm assuming we can probably beat them. Their army fled to the other side of that settlement, which means that I can attack them, force their garrison out onto open ground, which would be good, because they do have some very nice spear units in that garrison.
Strike hard.
So that was definitely a good opportunity for us. I'm gonna go ahead and see this. We had this sieged at the moment. Do the enemy casualties, predicted own casualties high. Let's just go ahead and finish this, because we have it sieged. We don't want this to come back, replenish. We shouldn't take hardly any losses. There's only 10 entities there. And then it gains me still a little bit of unit replenishment. Picked up a little bit of food from it. And then that should be our third battle, too. We can... Let's go ahead and raise this settlement so it can't play any more of a role there. And then I can use this army now, and let's come over and attack this one and force their other army up out of that settlement. We can now take them on open ground, which would be much better. My chariots could do some good work against their swords. And I would like to go ahead and fight this one so that we don't leave you all hanging. So let's go ahead and fight this battle. Alright, you might be wondering why I'm doing kind of this odd deployment right here in the middle. The enemy reinforcements are coming from here, but whenever I deploy to box them in, they appear over here. And whenever I deployed over here to box them in, they appeared back over here. So basically the AI gets to avoid my entrapment. So what I'm going to do is just go right in the middle, and then wherever they appear, I'm going to just go bottle them in regardless, because I want to be able to bottle up their reinforcements and kill them early. Start the battle. It looks like they are going to come from over here. So again, it looks like that was just a means of the AI being able to avoid my entrapment by choosing to deploy differently for some reason. That seems kind of unfair to like tell me that that's where they're coming from, but then not allow me the opportunity to collapse in on them. So they're gonna likely try and make it to the reinforcements. That's what they should do. I'm gonna make that difficult for them. I'm gonna fix them with my units. The other reinforcements are all the way across the map. They have a long way to go. I'm getting weird frame drops right there too. That's very odd. Drop down all the way into like the 30s. I don't get a lot of frame drops in this game, so that was strange. The enemy commander's unit is just making an absolute break for it. He wants out of here, or he's heading to position himself on the flank of this formation. I'm not really sure what the answer is. They do have a sword unit charging headlong towards me over here. Send some reinforcements that way. Okay, their commander's now slowing down. And they're also sending spear units out this direction. We don't want them anywhere near my chariots. That's not the unit I picked. Getting a lot of issues trying to actually fix the unit here. Okay, they have some slingers, and they're going to stop and open fire on me. Let's charge forward.
King of Hattusha.
Hattusha, I like that. Kind of a sha sound going on there.
In Hatti's name! True warriors!
Swords! They die today!
Victory awaits! Die, fools! They could launch stones!
Okay, we are
glory.
Getting the enemy fixed.
March on.
Let's take this unit through the gap over here and start some outflanking. My archers are working their slingers. Their reinforcements are still a long ways off.
Soldiers of Hati.
Let's work through the gap here, and then let's take these chariots and go work to get behind the enemy formation here. Okay, through the gap, through the gap. Excellent, excellent stuff, excellent. So we're gonna make our maneuvers here. We gotta make everything count. We need the flanking penalties. Our chariots nicely working their way around. So we're gonna wheel up all the way in around behind them. And then here comes the outflanked penalty. We're gonna lay it on thick here. And then again, let's drop an outflanking penalty. I'm gonna go drop it on the single unit out here where I think it'll have the most impact. Alright, that should hurt enemy morale, and we do have the slingers already put to rout. Our chariots are now in a position to really gain a head of steam here and come plowing into the back of this enemy commander. Their reinforcements are still a good ways off, so we need to crush this army because this army had the higher quality units, and I needed to put this army to rest before it grew too late. I'm going to start pumping some fire to these spearmen over here because they appear to have an advantage over that sword unit. And our chariots did deliver a pretty good blow to that commander. Let's pull out and get ready for another charge.
Bound by duty.
These cheap clubs do not have great stats, but at least their damage is armor piercing. We are starting to have an impact on some of these fights. I think we can do it. This one here worries me a little. I'm going to actually pull this two-handed club unit out of this fight and get ready to go reinforce the other because we are doing quite well there, and it looks like we are set for another chariot charge. Why do chariots have a hold stance? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, give me some damage. Indeed, we did cause some pretty severe hit point damage to the enemy commander, and that has got to start taking a pretty severe toll. That fight broke up, so I can now pile more onto these spears, and then we can pile some more reinforcements over here. And then our chariots, oh yeah, they got the job done. We clobbered that bodyguard unit there. So it looks like we're going to have a pretty good victory lined up here. As soon as that spear unit routes, we're going to be able to clean that fight up too. So really this is all about me essentially cleaning up a fight, reassigning those resources to the next fight, and then cleaning it up and kind of just, you know, rinse and repeat until victory.
Soldiers of Hati.
Right, that bodyguard is about to collapse under the weight of all those clubmen without another chariot charge. I am a little bit scared to charge my chariots into this active fight with these spears. Let's re-attack here. Here, let's let that routing unit out of there. Keep the pressure on the other units. Okay, we cleaned this fight up, so let's bring reinforcements. Clean that fight up almost. Archers did a good job. They are out of ammunition. We got to continue to clean this fight up because reinforcements are on their way in. That commander is gone. And our chariots are ready for reinforcement. I'm going to keep them on open ground and move them this direction. We've damaged that spear unit rather significantly, and then that unit's pinned between a rock and a hard place. Pull these swordsmen around. Get a two-handed club units. Let's pull. Alright, here comes some charges. Let's clean up the rest of that spear fight, and then I'm going to take a couple of these units and get ready to face these reinforcements. My chariot's ready for the reinforcements. These units are ready for reinforcements. All that's left here is a little bit of fight. The slingers have wheeled up and opened fire. I'm going to push some archers through here. I want to get those slingers off my case. And this spear fight over here should start to break up because they are now utterly surrounded and hopeless. So we're going to gain another significant victory over here, and hopefully it brings us a lot more resources too. All that food we've been winning in battle, and then we've got that mission too, where if we get it, we're also going to gain a lot of food, and I could use the food. I'm hungry. Alright, I'm going to try and kind of get in here. I know some of these are just archers, but I need anything I can to get in here. Alright, this fight just finished as well, so I can start running some of these reinforcements over to here, and then reassign some of these to chase, and then I've got my chariots to wrap around behind this fight. Same thing there, I'm going to wrap around it behind it. There is a bodyguard up in here. My archers are not going to love being in this fight, but everybody's got to take part right now.
Ever faithful,
My armor is worn through.
King of Hattusha.
Okay, let's roll in here and start taking out slingers. We've got the enemy completely surrounded here. I don't have fantastic units here at the moment, and I am going to have to run these chariots through the woods, which I'm not a huge fan of at the moment. But I'll take what I can get, and I'm going to go ahead and plow them over here into these sword units. I need what any... They're going to struggle to move through here. In fact, they're pretty much already bogged down, but I need their morale-busting effect as much as anything here. And then it worked. That's going to be it, folks. This is going to be a major victory for us. We are going to try and hunt down these routing units to the best of our ability, because if we wrap up these routing units, it'll make it easier for us to take the settlement. These are garrison units and settlements. Awesome. Yeah, this is good news. Keep those chariots on top of that commander. Let's fast forward and let's just chew up some of these units here. 52. The chariots are struggling to get some kills because of the terrain. I'm not surprised, but they are getting some. And we are going to cause quite a lot of damage here. The enemy is going to leave this fight bruised and broken. And that is going to be that. So, good news for us. Let's go ahead and end this battle. Alright, Suppiluliuma. Absolutely owning this turn. And once again, I am going to take the unit replenishment. We got some more bronze. We got another nice chunk of food. This helps so much. We were low on our food resources. This has been absolutely clutch. We picked up a lot of experience. I can take a big chunk of replenishment here, and then I should be able to go take their settlement, which means I can consolidate into our other fight. It is going to be difficult to maintain this province, but I mean, we definitely need Suppiluliuma's presence back at Hattusha. We just need a piece of siege equipment, and then this will be over. So we only have to siege for one turn.
Leave them nowhere to go.
All right, folks, I think it was a good episode. Hattusha is in a bit of trouble here, but they have to come to me and behind the walls, and I feel like that we can probably find a way to make it happen. We also get our outpost garrison, so I'm going to decline the attack there. We're going to continue to hold against the siege attackers. Did we pick up that? Let's go to our messages, events, and successful peace. Yep, so we did pick up the reward there. We got 2,000 food and 300 bronze. That was a sweet reward. We gained a diplomat. We gained rations here, which does less attrition damage. We gained a longsword weapon, which is extra melee damage and defense for a bodyguard unit. So that will be good. So some good stuff there. And we replenished. I might be able to get out here and finish off these armies, gain a little bit more resources, and continue to hurt these guys and gain some skill points as well. So let's do that. So a lot of victory this turn, and we are glad to have it. Just gonna take the replenishment here. We picked up 405 food and some legitimacy. Yes. I can probably use this army now to come and shut down this rebellion. Where did we get raided? Okay, yeah, so this guy's got me sieged over here as well.
Strike with purpose.
Yeah, we can retake that too later. I'm not super worried about it. Can't tell what faction that guy comes from. It's not from that faction. Who is this? Is it rebels? What's this
My
army?
allegiance is to my
Casca invaders.
Are you lost?
Interesting. Hittite rebels. I don't know where those guys came from. I'll go free up
Doing my
Hattusha,
duty.
and then we'll go
The plan is made.
and force the rest of this team. I'm actually going to
Make
force
marching
march,
preparations.
and I'm going to go scare these guys off. We're not going to allow any more of that. Let's get
Party will
skill
rise
points
again.
taken care of. We definitely want the competency to reduce our upkeep cost, because that is a big problem for us at the moment. I cannot assign... Or yeah, I can assign a title here. Just Overseer of Militia. Gains us recruit rank, which won't do me any good now that I've already recruited. Would have been handy earlier.
Start
And we
the
are...
assault.
We've got our... Yep, we're building the battering ram here, so let's
Keep
continue
them
the
closed
siege. Got a court action I'll take care of here real quick. I'm running a little bit long on this episode, but I know some of you won't mind. Just gonna keep kind of building up some general...
Last time I heard so many sweet words
6
was in the
pending
cradle.
actions, constructions available at Ziplandia. Go ahead and build that. Construction available at Hattusha, but Hattusha is under siege. This settlement, though, has construction available, but let's wait. We're gonna have stuff going on there, man. Wait, they got me right before I finished that garrison building, too. That's very conveniently timed for them, I have to admit. But I feel like we're gonna lose here, which sucks. But I can retake that momentarily as soon as I free up Hattusha. And then I'm also about to finish off that other province. So I don't know what these guys are doing or where they came from. Apparently they just decided to come in and tear my settlement to the ground, so that makes a lot of sense from a
Ever
strategic
prepared.
standpoint. Come in,
Death is
take a
nothing
minor
to fear.
settlement that does nothing and accomplishes
eyes
nothing
open.
other than to annoy and take away a slight bit of my resources. But sure, whatever makes you feel better about yourself, you know? All units in Red will be destroyed in this battle. It will be severely damaged in this battle. Why would I be severely damaged? I don't want to fight this right now, though. But I feel like it's going to end up costing me. Well, I guess I'm going to save it, and we're going to fight this so that I don't get screwed over by the auto-resolve. So I'm going to save it here, and I will see you all next time. HeirofCarthage, signing out.